Good morning, 6 a.m. here on your Tuesday. I'm Grace McKenna.
And I'm Gabriel Gonzalez. Good to be here with you guys. Now, Matt, you mentioned last hour about the big snowstorm that we had last year.
The snow, the ice, the misery, the everything.
Misery for sure.
It came up on my phone, and the videos that I have from that snowstorm are incredible.
You know, I'm surprised I haven't gotten any, but I think maybe I was just too sad.
They'll come.
I remember I was actually playing around outside in it. I was making the most out of it.
If you can count sitting in my car for an hour and a half trying to defrost it playing, then yeah, I was playing too.
Yeah, that's the misery part for sure. Well, luckily we're not having to deal with any miserable conditions for this Tuesday. The most we're going to have this afternoon are just going to be a cloudy pattern along with a few very small passing showers later into the day. Mild start to this morning though. Right now across Jefferson County, our temperatures in those lower 50s. 50 near Linden, 51 downtown, 53 in the airport. Over in southern Indiana, we're at 51 near Bedford, 50 Scottsburg, 52 in Hodgenville, and 50 for folks near Springfield. We're going to continue staying in this mild trend throughout most of the day. We've got clouds that are continuing to build in our skies. This pattern is going to be continuous throughout most of our afternoon. We're going to stay under a fairly overcast pattern along with the arrival of some of those very small, brief and weak isolated showers that will likely be around just as we had later on past 12 p.m. They'll be very brief, very light in nature, and then some of these clouds will try to break apart once we enter the later hours of our afternoon into the first few hours of the evening. Closer into the night, as I mentioned, some broken clouds to start off our nighttime hours, but then another round of clouds will be around for tomorrow morning, but it will not last very long. I'm expecting more sunshine to finish out our Wednesday before we head into a rainy pattern on Thursday. More details about that soon, but hopping on the school bus, you can expect temperatures staying in the lower 50s with those cloudy skies lasting all day with temperatures close to 60 on your way home. We're going to have more weather details coming up here in a few short minutes, but here's Matthew with an update on traffic.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Heading out the door for this morning. Not too bad as you make your morning commute. Don't have any slowdowns out there that will cause any delays for you this morning. Just a few really stalled vehicles still along the Waterson as we track those for this morning. One of those is near Newburgh Road and the other one near Bardstown Road at the Waterson for this morning. So overall, outside the metro, yeah, still looking all green out there for you this morning. Give you a look at some of those traffic cams. Yeah, starting to see a little bit more cars on those roadways. Outside of that, yeah, you are pretty clear for this Tuesday morning. We'll send it back over to you, Grace and Gabe.
All right, Matthew, thank you. New this morning, just hours ago, Louisville Metro Police released the first video footage of their response to November's deadly UPS plane crash.
In those videos, we see what officers saw when they got on scene shortly after that plane went down.
Everybody gone. Everybody, let's go. Okay. That way.
Officers directed people to get away from the crash, which you can see off in the distance. UPS Flight 2976 crashed around 5:15 in the evening on November 4th after trying to take off from Muhammad Ali International Airport. The flight was en route to Honolulu, Hawaii. LMPD also showed us this view from the sky. You can see how big that impact was with the fire and smoke coming from where that plane went down. 15 people died in the crash. The NTSB's investigation is still ongoing. An early report said the crash happened when they left pylon and engine separated from the wing of the plane, and that final report could take months, if not years.
And also developing in the last day, we are seeing firsthand video from two shootings involving Metro Police that happened within 24 hours of each other. The first one, we're showing you a confusing shootout on Bardstown Road near the Krispy Kreme in the Gardner Lane Shopping Center on December 19th. It all started when police say a suspect named Winthrop Taylor carjacked an SUV in Bashford Manor. Then, just before 12:30 in the morning, police say he fired gunshots at an apartment complex and a Speedway gas station. LMPD says Taylor chased someone from that Speedway all the way to Bardstown Road near the Gardner Lane Shopping Center. That's when, at 12:34 a.m., police say Taylor and another SUV drove up to officers who had pulled over someone else near the Krispy Kreme, and we hear gunshots. Officer Nicholas Fisher shot back at the cars and Taylor drives off. The other driver stayed behind and officers ordered him out of the car. That man told officers he was trying to escape from Taylor when he pulled up to the shopping center. The unnamed driver was shot in the arm and LMPD is still looking into if he was shot by police or someone else.
We will work with the medical team to see if we can recover any of the projectiles from his arms, and if we are able to cover those projectiles, compare those to the weapon of the subject that we recovered, as well as the officer's weapon.
The man shot was eventually transported to the hospital. LMPD says he is not named and is not facing any charges. Police allege Taylor later carjacked another vehicle later that morning. LMPD tracked him down to a crawl space in an apartment complex where he was arrested. He faces several charges, including attempted murder of an officer.
Now, the day before, on December 18th, in the Russell neighborhood, a different LMPD officer shot a suspect several times. LMPD says a shot spotter detected gunshots in the neighborhood. Police arrived and the suspect, Asa McNeely, ran from the officers. Officer John Heisler found McNeely in a backyard and told him to put his hands in the air. McNeely said he had a gun on him and only raised one hand. He is then seen reaching toward his waistband with his other hand. We froze the video before McNeely was shot by Officer Heisler.
Put your hands up. Put your other hand up. Put your other hand up.
Now, in a moment, you also see a screenshot showing a close-up of McNeely grabbing his waistband. LMPD says officers were unable to approach McNeely while he was still armed. They requested ballistic shields be brought to the scene to give first aid to McNeely.
It was just under 9 minutes from the time that Officer Heisler discharged his firearm for the officers with shields to arrive on scene, formulate a tactical plan to safely approach the suspect.
Chief Deputy Ryan Bates says McNeely is still in critical condition and is facing charges of wanton endangerment and possession of a handgun by a convicted felon. In 2025, there were 10 Louisville Metro officer-involved shootings. They're listed by date right here. The last 4 all came within a 30-day window. A man is facing charges after police say a drunken walk put him on the doorsteps of LMPD's police chief.
LMPD says on Saturday, a man who had been drinking walked right into Paul Humphrey's house. Officers responded to Humphrey's home around 5:45 in the evening after a report of someone entering that home. Police arrested 43-year-old Brandon Randall and allege he opened a door at the chief's house, saying he was at the wrong address. Someone inside attempted to confront him before he left. LMPD spokesperson Matt Sanders added there was, quote, no forced entry and therefore no break-in or targeted intent. Police say Randall was also seen knocking on other neighbors' doors and attempting to enter other homes. He's charged with public intoxication, disorderly conduct, and criminal trespassing. He's due in court tomorrow morning at 9.
For the first time in 14 years, TARC is proposing a fare increase, which means your bus rides in 2026 could cost you more. They say it's part of the ongoing effort to ensure long-term and sustainable transit service. So here's a look at the proposed fare increases. The rate for adults would increase by 50 cents, for students and seniors by 45 cents, and increasing the 24-hour pass by $1.50. And TARC wants your feedback. TARC leaders are holding a series of public meetings starting Tuesday, January 20th at Shively City Hall. Then that Wednesday, January 21st at United Crescent Hill Ministries. If you can't make it to those meetings, they're offering 2 virtual sessions on the 22nd and the 27th. The last session will be January 29th at Union Station. We have more information on this on our website. Just search TARC at WHAS11.com.
House will stand adjourned, sine die, until 12 noon, Tuesday, January 6th, the year of our Lord 2026, in the parking lot.
Hey, your state lawmakers are back to business deciding what to do with your tax dollars. We're just about 6 hours away from the start of the 2026 Kentucky legislative regular session. It's a budget year, so lawmakers will decide what to do with the state's money for the next 2 years. And 2026 is going to look a little different. The historic Kentucky State Capitol building is being renovated, so lawmakers will meet in a temporary facility on the Capitol campus. WHAS 11's Isaiah Kim Martinez will be there today as the legislature gavels in. Track the decisions about your tax dollars right here on WHAS 11 and WHAS 11 Plus.
Matt, coming over to you. Still on our way to our high temperature today.
That's right. Temperatures are going to reach at least 60 degrees today across Kentuckiana, so a fairly mild trend for us. Along with cloudy skies and a few very small brief weak isolated showers will be popping up. We're going to have all the details about that forecast coming up here in a few short minutes.